Hey crafty cuties, welcome back to my channel. So, I know it's September, but I am doing the August Walrus. A little behind. Hopefully I'm gonna catch up. I've been trying. But, yeah, so I'm trying to do the August Walrus, and hopefully get it done. So today's actually like my day off. It's actually not supposed to be a day off, but there was a hurricane warning, so my classes got canceled, and I have the day off, so what better time than now to work on my summer walrus. I actually lost my original paper that had my sketches on it. I have no clue where it is, but yeah, August does not have a lot going on in terms of holidays, and it is the third summer month in a row where the only thing it has going for it is being summer. So I'm running a little low on ideas, but let me show you. So this first one I have here, it's actually my third one. I'm going backwards because I'm going with the first one, but it's fine. Harvest is kind of the theme. I remember when I was looking up August holidays, there's one holiday that has something to do with like being the first day of harvest or something to do with corn. I don't remember what the holiday's called. It was pretty obscure. I wrote it on that original paper, so if I find that, I'll know. But yeah, it was like corn. I thought that might be cute, but I think it'll be kind of empty. I think it would be decently cute, but it wouldn't be as decorated as all my other months, really. My second one is another kind of swimmer theme. I thought, wouldn't it be cute to have a walrus in an inner tube? And while I really love that idea, I don't really know how to put goggles on them because they're clear, so they'd be essentially just empty. And I'd have to like stitch them down to give them a structure, which is fine, but it isn't exactly what I want to do. And snorkel, I had that idea before. I don't exactly know how a snorkel would work with the tusks. So what else am I going with? Well, it's the walrus that I've been thinking of doing since May. In May, it was like a flower field with like a sun and flowers in the bottom. It was much more conceptual. And then in July and June and July, I guess would be the right way to say it, it was more like an embodiment of summer and kind of like a sun god sort of thing, where his head is the sun and his separated by clouds, and then it's the sky. So that's what I'm going with. I don't know if it's gonna be that interesting to look at. I think it'll be cool. It's very conceptual in terms of my holiday walruses so far. It's just summer as a theme because August has nothing going on for it. So I have already made the walrus part of the walrus. And he looks like a minion. He's yellow and blue. I think honestly maybe I could have made this yellow come down more, or at least like be rounder in the middle. But I didn't think of that because like the tusks kind of touch it, and if I want clouds to separate it, that means there's gonna have to be some clouds that go here, which might be a bit tricky, but I'll figure it out. So the two main things that I have to make for this are a bunch of clouds to act as his like separation and kind of like a fun fancy neck thing. The reason that yellow's so big is so the clouds can kind of, they only really have to start at the bottom of this blue, and then I can kind of have them go up here, get a little thinner, come down a little further, and then go back up and around. That's kind of my plan. I think what I'm gonna do is make a bunch of little rounds, like semi-spheres, sort of. Just like a cup. I don't know how to describe it. I'll show you once I've started making it. And then just stitch them together in cloud shapes. But I looked at fluffy crochet cloud patterns, amigurumi ones, and they were all like big. And I saw some that were interesting, kind of like, I remember when I did the hair on my clown walrus, I had done decreases to make the like puffs even puffier. And I saw some of them did slip stitches to get that sort of same effect, so I might try something like that. But I think I'll probably just do a bunch of rounds of varying sizes and then piece them together on the walrus to look like clouds. One thing is I don't want them to be super puffy. Like I don't want them to come out this far just because it's a large cloud. I kind of only want them to be about this far from him. So the varying sizes might be a little difficult because I worry about them getting too tall instead of getting too wide, but I'll have to figure that out as I do them. And the top part of the head, the hat sun crescent thing, I think that will be difficult because I am not sure how to get a crescent shape. I thought about doing something like I did for the halo with my Valentine's walrus, which was just essentially a tube that I did with a very small hook so that I could kind of bend it and then stitch both sides down. But I kind of want it to come to a point. I think that might be too ambitious and I don't know how to do that. So, because yeah, right now I just really don't know how to do that. I looked at some crescent moon patterns because I thought that might help, but I think any of them are going to be too big, or a lot of them were just flat crochet instead of amigurumi. Because I think the triangles on top won't be difficult. So yeah, there's a lot of question marks right now with this walrus. Also, I just realized I haven't given him a nose. For some reason, that's always like the last thing I always forget about it. But, so what I'm gonna do first is make all the puppy cloud parts. And I'll show you guys all those before I attach them, because I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do yet. So I'm not gonna film that until I have more of an idea of what is going on. Like I said, I think I'm gonna do a bunch of little amigurumi pieces that are like half circles, or half spheres, I guess I should say, that then I will piece together on him. I think, like I said, this is really close here. I think it might have to be like a puff that kind of comes down and shapes around it. And like this would be the lowest part of him, which I always assumed, which you can see in this sketch. But yeah, I still wish I would have made the yellow come down a little more, but I'll make it work. I'll figure it out. And yeah, I'm not sure what else I'm gonna put in the sky part or anything else. It might just be clouds and a headpiece, which is a little simpler than I like to go with these, but August, just nothing goes on in it. Like, I looked on a lot of those. Every day is a holiday calendar, and August, just all of them were boring, or just none of them were very visual. And September might be a little similar, but I think I might have an idea for September. But that's a problem for next month, even though it's September right now. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on those clouds, and I'll see you guys whenever I have an update. I kind of have an idea of what I'm doing with my clouds now. So I have these 4 different hemispheres. Let's see, this one is 3 single crochet, increase to 6, and then 1 row of 6. This one is 6 single crochet, increase to 9, and then 1 row of 9, I think. This one is 6 single crochet, increase to 12, and then 1 row of 12. Or this might be 2 rows of 12 actually. I wrote it down, but I left my paper back on my bed where I was crocheting. And then this one is 8 single crochet, increased to 16, and then 1 row of 16. So what I plan to do, don't mind the needle in his head, that's just how I keep track of it. What I plan on doing is, so like, I thought about just doing them kind of like this. It's kind of hard to hold it and do, but just kind of like this. But then I was like, that doesn't super look like a cloud. But then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like, let's see. I'm gonna like kind of flatten out the bottom and then put it on there. And so like it has a flat bottom and a round top, which is kind of like what people think of when they think of clouds. It's what I think of anyway, like the little flat bottom and then like a poofy top. So yeah, when I stitch it down, I'm gonna try to have like a flat edge, and then yeah, kind of like, or well, kind of like that. Maybe this isn't, it's really hard to show with my hands. Once I stitch it down, hopefully it'll make more sense. But, and then I'm just gonna make, I don't even know how many of these. I feel like it takes at least 2 or 3 of them to make a cloud shape, and because they're all pretty small, it's gonna take a bunch of these. But they are like pretty quick and easy to make. The only one that's annoying is the tiny one, but it's not too bad. It's just like having to increase to 3. It's annoying because you have to like reach across and there's a very little, but maybe I'll get better as I go. So that's the state of this. I'm just gonna have to make a bunch more now and then stitch them all down. And I don't even have enough needles, so I'm just gonna have to do them like one at a time, which is gonna maybe be a bit challenging, but I'll have to figure it out. Okay, so I'm about to go to bed. but I've done some progress on him. I have to do a lot of homework today, so not as far as I wanted, but I can at least show you what the concept is for the clouds. So yeah, I have started the cloud collar. I've only done like the front of him, but I think it looks pretty good. It looks, a lot of times things look better on camera, which is kind of surprising, but I think this almost looks better in person where you can kind of see it up close. It is very kind of bubbly instead of kind of like cloudy, like I would like this to be flat across. Instead it is like 3 mounds next to each other, but I think that's just gonna be the easiest way to get it done. I like it. I think obviously I need to finish going around the back. Then I think I'm gonna also bring some up a little higher. Right now I'm kind of just trying to cover the seam, and then I'll work on bringing some up, maybe like some big pillowy areas here, and maybe here, and maybe even bring some down a bit more, just because right now I feel like it's all too much in one place. But maybe I should make the head thing first to just see where that sits, but I really don't know how I'm gonna do that. As you can tell, it's a different day. I don't even remember when I made that last clip, but I did find my original sketches. I literally don't know how I missed them. They were right in front of me on my desk. It was under my keyboard and my mouse, but I could still have seen it. Anyway, my original ideas were the corn, like I said. Apparently the day was called Llama's Day. I think it's some obscure Christian holiday. I'm not sure, but I just wanted to do the corn. Didn't go with it. There you can see my summer one, not associated with anything but summer, the one I'm going with, and I'll show you him in a minute. Watermelon, like I said, I think it'd just be a little boring. A poolside one, the one that I drew for the one that I showed you guys last clip, I guess I should say, early in this video, had a snorkel, so at least I had something more going for it than this guy who seems just a little empty. And the other one, this one's a little weird, Princess Peach. Apparently August is Princess Peach month, I think in the US, which is very funny, and I think this would be really cute, and I might do it anyway, but it really just does not fit in with my other walruses. So yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I just wanted to draw it because I thought it'd be funny. So anyways, I did finish putting all the little clouds on my walrus. Here he is. These shadows are kind of harsh, but yeah, I think, let me take this out of his little head. I think they look pretty good. As you can see, they go all the way around. They are kind of, I don't even know what to say. It's like they don't look like clouds in a way because they are all just a bunch of circles. But that was the easiest way I could think of doing it. And I typically don't do things the easy way, but I really couldn't think of another way to do it other than like connecting them after the fact, but they would still be kind of moundy and not like flat across. But overall, I like the way he's looking so far. But I also maybe figured out his crown, his sun crown, so I will show you that as well. Okay, also I think I fixed my lighting, if that shows you him off any better. Here he is. But this is the crown. Let's see, am I holding it right? Yeah. So basically what I did is this part up here is a chain, and then I worked into both sides. I tried to make one side rounded by doing singles and then half doubles and then doubles just to kind of make it curve a little bit. And then on the underside, I did it flat so that it kind of was like flat at the bottom and curved at the top. Because what I had found is that when I did it like this, because this was my first plan to do a strip and then have the strip be facing the outside, but I was like, there's no way that happens, it always folds like this. What shows is the bottom side, the base chain, so I had to make that kind of look more like the crescent that I was going for. And then this flat part up here is where I'm gonna sew these little spikes. I have 3 sizes, as you can kind of see, so I'm gonna have like big, medium, little going down and around like that. I don't really think I can hold it all together. I think I'll probably just have to show you once it's attached. And then this is going to curve kind of like that. I did it with a small hook, so it will hopefully maintain its shape a little better, and will attach kind of something like this. I think it's gonna look pretty good. I really am excited to see it once it has the spikes on. If I let it go down like this, it looks like he has a funky little wig on, which looks so silly to me. So I really hope it stays up. I think it will, because even just me holding it here, it's staying up pretty good, and that's pretty much where I'm going to sew it down. I really wish I had more pins for this so I could pin all 6 in place, but alas, I do not. So this is the front. I'm gonna fold it in half, and that way I'll know that these 3 have to fit on this half. Wow, look at me go. And then I wanted it to be kind of thick because I wanted these, I don't think I'll stuff them so that way they kind of stay pointy, but I knew that they would need a pretty good amount of area to rest on, and it fits pretty perfectly. I think it's 3 rows or 4 rows. I'll have the pattern for this and everything else I did as always in the description, except for the Walrus, which I'll have the link to where you can buy the pattern. But if you want to replicate this, go for it. So this Walrus is just a general theme of summer because, as I've said probably a lot of times by now, June, July, and August are the same. They're all the same. None of them have any important holidays, except for maybe 4th of July, which I didn't even choose to do. And they are all just summer months, so it makes it really hard to come up with 3 designs. I think I managed to make some pretty good ones though. We'll see how this guy turns out, but I really like the concept. Obviously, I've had it on my board since May, I think. Different iterations, at least slightly different. So I am excited to see how this guy's gonna turn out. But I probably have said this already. I don't know if I ever kept it in. Summer is my least favorite month though. Of all the months, summer is my least favorite month. It's been a long day. Summer is my least favorite season. Mostly the heat. I live in a very hot state, and I do not enjoy it. I much prefer the cold. Winter is my time to thrive, and then fall and spring are about even. I might like fall a little more because Halloween's there, and I am so excited to do the October Walrus. Speaking of which, it is almost October. I'm just finishing up the August Walrus. At least I'm not 2 months behind, but geez, am I not catching up. But anyways, summer is my least favorite of the seasons. It is just too hot. It is nice that I don't have school during summer, but now that I am growing and I have work during the summer anyways, it's like, it's not really even a break. Like, it is a little bit, but not really. So the cons do not outweigh the pros for me. It is nice to be able to swim, go to the beach if you're into that, but I'm not really into going to the beach, which might be one of the reasons I don't love summer. I never really vacationed during the summer. It wasn't like when I was growing up, we didn't really take vacations. We went to the beach, which I wasn't really fond of. Even though summer is my least favorite holiday, I am open to liking it in the future. If maybe one day I live someplace that's not so hot, I think I could really enjoy a good summer, because I personally want to move to somewhere it's kind of cold, because I like the cold. So I'm sure when it's cold all the time, you look forward to the summer heat, because the summer heat caps at around 80 instead of like 110, which is what it's like here, which is just brutal, and I hate it. I really do think we need to make holidays for every month. Give us something to look forward to. Even if we don't get them off of like work, just something to like have a little party, get together with friends. I have finished half of the little crown. You can kind of see the idea. It kind of looks like a sunflower, or even like the Statue of Liberty. I feel like it is bending a little less because of the weight, so maybe I should have made it longer. Let me see. I think it's gonna look good on him. I think maybe I did make the spikes a little too big, but we'll see. It's really hard to hold in place, but yeah, it definitely looks lopsided right now. But we'll see how it looks when it's all together, so I'm gonna finish that up, and I'll be right back. I just finished sewing down his little crown, and honestly, it brings it together so much better than I could have ever hoped. I did add one little cloud tuft, and I'll show you where it is. I don't think I'm gonna put clouds on the bottom part because I think it's so top heavy that it doesn't really need to be brought down anymore. I might decide against that later, but just in the spirit of finishing this video in time and hopefully starting the September Walrus before September's over, I'm just gonna call it here and let me show you the finished Walrus. Ba-ba-da-ba. Oh, he's so cute. Like, part of the clouds looking better was just me shaping them, like pushing these parts here to be flat with my fingers and shaping them like so. Just that helps it look even more like a cloud. The one little one that I added is right back in here. I wanted this to look a bit more full. Like I said, I could probably add some more like over here, maybe even coming onto the back of his tail, but I really love him. Oh my gosh, I just realized he doesn't have a nose. I need to fix that real quick. I will be right back. He has a nose now. I can't believe I almost forgot his nose. That's so embarrassing. But anyways, to give him a little review, I really do like the way he turned out. I am happy to have finally seen this idea come to fruition, since I've been thinking of doing it since May, which is crazy, but yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I do think maybe I will add some more clouds, so maybe next time you see him he might have more clouds, but I really do like him. He almost looks a bit simple, but the clouds were a lot of work. This headpiece was a lot of work. My cat is in the room with me, and I think he might want me to play with him or something. So let me show you all the walruses together so we can wrap this up. So here they are. Here's the whole set, all 7 of them. It wasn't actually as hard to hold them as I thought it would be because I didn't try to stack them in a pyramid this time. But yeah, they are looking like quite the fun bunch. I'm really liking the way these walruses are turning out. So I didn't discuss names because I don't have one. We'll see if by the end of this any of them have names, but if you have any suggestions for what I should name this walrus, leave it in the comments below. Let me know what you thought of this walrus, and any ideas you have for September, which I need to do soon, because it is September. It's almost October. So let me know in the comments, and let me know what you think of this walrus. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time with more crochet and DIY-based content.